Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for 7th April, also the weekly expiry. See, we came into the gap today with the gap down, but we failed to fill the gap or go further down. There was a very good support that came in at 37,500 in Banknifty. This is the 15-minute chart that I've opened. Basically, the entire day it was flat, but we did have some intraday moves where we could have done some scalping. I'll be just showing you that. And I still strongly feel at some point tomorrow or Friday we could fill this gap for sure, that is 37,200, and then probably get a bounce if we have to. But when that will happen, that only the price action can tell us. Now I'll just shift to this 5-minute chart where I have all the CPR levels and everything. See, yesterday we had a target of 37,420 as a double top target that is still valid, and then the gap fill target at 37,200. So these are the two targets that I'm looking for: 37,400 and 37,410, and the other one is the gap fill that is around 37,200. See, in the morning at around here, right, though we kind of made like this small what do we say, double bottom, there was a lot of call and put writers there at this 37,500. So that's the reason I was ready to short if this day low had broken, but we got a nice bounce from here. And yesterday in my video I specifically mentioned about the 200 EMA, right, how we work based on the 200 EMA. We got a beautiful retest of that 200 EMA and took one short scalp here. This is all that I could take. See, 200 EMA on 5 minutes is very important. Always the price would come to retest the 200 EMA. Even tomorrow I will look for a pretty similar scenario. If we come, say even tomorrow, if we come closer to this 200 EMA and get a nice rejection, probably I'll take a short scalp. And when this fall came, right, I kind of assumed that maybe this is the time it's going to break the day's low and we might hit 37,400. But during the intraday, 37,600 had a lot of support, right? A lot of put writing was there and it could not be broken. So we'll have to see tomorrow. And as of now, the global market is quite bearish. The US market has just opened and it is about 250, 248 points down, and even the European markets are down, and SGX Nifty is also indicating a gap down. So in case we hit this target of 37,400 in the gap down itself, then there won't be any interesting trade in the opening. We'll have to see how the market moves. If we get a flat opening, right, like open close to the CPR or very close, or get a flat opening close to today's like very close to today's close, then we'll have to wait in Bank Nifty for kind of this level to break. I'll just make this line a little thicker. So this can act as a very strong support, this entire area. So we'll have to see if this kind of this trend line breaks, then probably definitely we can short on the lower side. So basically if the previous day low breaks, right, in Bank Nifty, that's the best time to short for tomorrow. If we get a flat opening and the previous day low and the S1 is pretty close by, so if this level breaks, then definitely the targets are 37,400, and then probably even the gap fill can happen. And in case if we get some kind of a intraday bounce, and if we are looking for a short, definitely look for somewhere closer to this 200 EMA. We can come again, retest this 200 EMA and fall. And the significant up move is again if this on the 5 minute, if the 200 EMA and the previous day high breaks, right, this dotted line is the previous day high for tomorrow and this 200 EMA. So if we kind of conveniently break this on the upper side, then only then we can go long if the 200 EMA on 5 minutes and the previous day high is broken. Now just looking at the open interest for Bank Nifty, so we do have very good resistance at 38,000. We also have resistance until 37,700, See the amount of call riders that are here. The good support is coming in at 37,500. So that's the reason this 37,500 puts will exit only if this level, this level breaks. And let me just mark this in a green support. Yeah, this green support that I've drawn in Bank Nifty, only if this breaks, probably this put riders will exit and we can see a further fall. So a good short is only here at 37,300, and a good reversal short like today, how we got this small fall, is probably closer to 200 EMA. And there's no any specific trend line that, yeah, we can also, this is the 15-minute chart of Bank Nifty. I use the 15-minute and the 5-minute chart. We can also monitor this trend line. Probably anytime, see today almost twice we have taken resistance here, right? So even tomorrow if you come closer to this trend line, there's a possibility we'll take some resistance. In case that this 37,500 breaks with a good candle on a 15-minute time frame and we get a fall until 37,200, we should not be expecting the market to fall below this. We should, if somebody can catch this fall, right, if the fall comes, I'm not saying for sure the fall will come. If the fall comes, if somebody can catch this, you will have to exit the profits here at 37,200, because there's a good chance we might get a quick reversal from here because the entire gap is filled. That's one thing to keep in mind. The strong support, as mentioned, it's around 37,500. So we'll see if this breaks, we can get a nice move on the downside. But on the upper side, there is some resistance. It might be difficult. And like today, if we get this small intraday moves, right, we should not like get too like confused or something that the market is going to reverse unless it breaks the 200 EMA. See, this pink line is the 200 EMA in my chart. Unless the 200 EMA breaks on a 5-minute chart and the previous day high breaks, I don't think we'll get a significant move on the upside. Nifty, kind of like the move in Nifty was pretty good. Yesterday we pointed out that 17,800 is where the major support is. Today it didn't break that at all. This is a 15-minute chart of Nifty. We remained within this level. So I'll be following this trend line in Nifty, right? So even tomorrow this resistance along this trend line can happen, and even in Nifty this gap fill is for sure. It might happen today, tomorrow or day after, but 17,700, we touching 17,700 is possible. In case we break even this level, then there's a very good support at 17,590, which I don't think will come tomorrow itself, but at least this gap fill is possible tomorrow. And as of now, SGX Nifty is indicating like almost 100 point gap down. We'll just see it here. See, SGX Nifty on the right hand side, this IN2, this is the SGX Nifty chart. It's indicating around minus 135 point gap down. So it looks like almost in the gap down itself, this gap fill can be covered. And any buy on the upside is if we break this trend line with a pretty comfortable solid green candle on 15 minutes, then probably the black trend line that I've drawn, then probably we can trade for levels of 17,800 and 900. And there is another nice selling zone here which we'll have to be careful. The price can reverse from here. See, based on SGX Nifty indicating a gap down, right, we'll have to be careful. Like if it is a gap down, it's best not to chase the gap down, wait for some kind of a retracement and then probably think of shorting. The same even on Bank Nifty. Say we get off a gap down until 37,400, immediately don't short. A pullback will come. See, even today, the early morning this trade, right, even though we got a gap down, a lot of people would have shorted, right, thinking gap down, we got a nice bearish candle. Some pullback came and then fall. Even this fall, if you could have caught for intraday, it was beautiful, right? So always wait for that, some kind of a pullback, even if you get a big gap down, and a pullback until any one of the pivot levels or the EMAs, 200 EMA or 150 or 20 EMA, and then probably short. That will be a much more profitable trade. Depending on the gap down tomorrow, even if we come now, I'm not sure until where we'll get the gap down. Wherever we get the gap down, a pullback until CPR cannot be ruled out. A pullback until CPR and then a fall again is also possible. And if that reversal doesn't happen after the gap down, if we continuously keep going up, still the best buy is only about 200 EMA and the previous day high for Banknifty. So that's it for tomorrow expiry trading. So let's see how it goes and hope we can make some money. Thank you.